Yeah, I do know that you do have a history of freestyling. I was going to bring that up on the podcast, but I wasn't sure whether you'd be into that or not. I think it's
not that kind of podcast, is it? Like you'd put on a beat and just...
I could if you want. Well, it started now, so this is fantastic.
Good, man. I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Are you sure? Little young Banno, young bands.
If you've seen it, you know.
If you know, you know. I've actually got videos of it all over my phone.
That era is gone.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
I wish that era was back. To be honest, that era of my life is gone too. I barely drink as much anymore anyway. I knew those were the days. Those were the days. Anyway, g'day guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Cool Dad Collective podcast, the podcast that is for dads by a dad, talking everything there is to talk about fatherhood. And I'm very excited today. I'm joined by not just a leading professional in the health and fitness industry, teacher gone PT/business owner, but I'm also sitting down with one of my very, very good friends, Mark Banno, who I have not seen in too long. We've been chatting over the phone as much as we could, but I'm very, very excited to be sitting down with, once again, Mark Banno, my good friend. How are you, brother?
What's up, gang? I'm good.
That's
good. I just want to say shout out to all the day one hermits.
Yeah, the day one hermits. Yeah, if you know, you know. So a little bit of backstory on that. I used to run a podcast back in the day called Inner City Hermit. Yes, it is exactly how it sounds. It was pretty dodgy, but you know, we all start somewhere. And Banno was a number one hater/lover of the pod. I wanted to get him on because he did have an aspiring music career, which never unfortunately actually took off. But I do have a lot of footage of young bands rapping on my phone, but we're here to talk about something a little bit more important today. Mr. Banno, you have Mr. Banno.
They don't really call me that anymore. They don't know my name when I'm your daughter's supply teaching, you know?
Yeah, that's really crazy. You just sir, hey.
Just whatever.
Just Sir, Jarhead, whatever. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Literally, just Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, but no, we are here today and chatting, and I've been very excited. I remember when I found out you were having a baby, I was very excited to prolong and obviously put this in the calendar for when you were ready to talk about your early days of fatherhood. But you now have a child, which is pretty crazy to think that you and I, who used to go out and drink together as, you know, young teachers, and now we are out there being dads. So how's everything going? Like how's the little one? How's the, I guess, acclimatizing to, I'm going to say, your new life, mate?
It's good, man. I feel like we haven't even spoken about it today, to be honest.
I did it on purpose, so it could be all fresh.
Yeah, Luke is good. He's almost 4 months old. Dad life's sick. When we found out we were having a boy, like, just all you think about straight away, like, what sport is he going to play? Like, when's he going to start lifting? He's already been in the gym, so that was cool. But it's awesome, man.
Yeah,
it's really
that's sick, dude. And I know, I know you would have been one as soon as you found out it was a boy. You would have been planning all sorts of different things, and obviously you got history of basketball as well. You thinking about? Are you conscious of how tall he is already?
So he was very heavy, but he wasn't the tallest. But he was like 99th percentile for weight and everything. And then when his height wasn't quite there, I was like, oh, NBA's done. But I'm not really, I don't ball anymore, and I'm not like a basketball dad. I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Like my partner Cynthia and I, we've just said we'll let them play whatever sport that they want to. But if you asked me a few years ago, I would have been like, yep, we're hooping. Like that's the first thing we're going to do. But it's just not like that anymore. Like,
yeah. Do you reckon that's one of those things that, you know, once you had kids, like, because I was exactly the same, like with soccer and stuff like that. And now, like, I know Skylar, whether she's interested in soccer or not, I'm not too phased anymore. Like, I sort of grew out of that whole, like, I'm going to have her playing this and we're going to do this and we're going to train together and it's going to be sick. And then all of a sudden you sort of have them, you're like, I just want you to do what makes you happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like it'll be like that. But we'll see when he gets there. But I always said, like, oh, he should do gymnastics.
Dude, Skylar's in gymnastics at the moment.
See, is it good?
It's so good, dude. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? And you'd be really into this as well. She was a bit of like, I don't know, like a clumsy kid. Like she wasn't really well coordinated. I'm going to say thanks to Kia, not me, because, you know, my coordination's amazing. You just saw me in the gym. But I like doing gymnastics, and you hear all that stuff about it. You would have heard it on podcasts and stuff like that, how it helps their coordination and stuff. But I'm not even lying, dude. Her coordination since doing gymnastics, she's probably done it, bro. Yeah, not hard, but it's gone from like 0 to 100. She is so coordinated now. So like, if you're thinking about gymnastics, dude, do it. 100% do it.
I'm just excited for the first activity. Like swimming was probably the first thing. He loves the bath and everything.
Yeah,
and then maybe athletics, little athletics, gymnastics, something like that. But
yeah. Well, I mean, if he wants to get fast and do sprinting, I know a guy. So
yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. But you mentioned just before, and I know you are in your early days, like you said, 4 months. So you're still, I wouldn't say that like, you know, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but you're still probably in that phase where you're still trying to work things out, like how things are. I know we had a chat before about how you've been working a lot and then trying to balance that with like Cynthia having time off and, you know, being like, I guess, even feeling like a little bit guilty when you're not home. Yeah, big time. How have you found sort of the transition of, you know, obviously running your own business now, being a PT, you're in the gym a lot. It's a very like time consuming job. Like you can't just sit from home and be like, do this, do that. How have you found that transition of like, you know, now you've got a baby, being at home super important, but obviously you need to be prioritizing your career as well and your business. How have you found that in the first 4 months?
I think, thank fuck, I'm not teaching or working a full-time fixed job.
Yeah.
And I have something flexible. And that was probably the biggest concern, I think, with being a new, like about to be a dad. Thinking, oh man, what's going to happen with my time? How's this going to work? How's that going to work? But the fact that I can be flexible and I can schedule in, like I work at this time on this day, right? Like, just that flexibility is the best thing ever. That's why it's good to, you know, work for yourself.
Yeah.
Have a biz.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I think it's really cool because you're one of the people that, and I mean, I'm kind of going down that route as well, but you sort of, I guess, left the comfort of, I guess, teaching. I'd say comfort. I don't mean comfort isn't, the job's really hard, but comfort is in like, you know, it's week to week, you know, your hours, everything.
We're PE teachers, mate. It's
yeah, okay, shut up, man. Like I just striked, okay, so I can't let people know that I'm a PE teacher and my life is just, you know, playing touch footy with kids. But anyway, but but even still, like it's that time of like, you know, when you're going to be at work, right? With you, your weeks change and this is just based on like, obviously Kia works from home and works on her own business as well. So her weeks change every single week. Have you sort of found that you're trying to put your job into a routine, or are you sort of just like going week by week? Because I know parents do the whole like, we'll go this week and then we'll see what happens next week. What do you think's worked best for you?
Yeah, I think like I'm trying to get the family into the routine better and structure things around that. And I can see how that will need to change as you continue on. Like I don't really train people past 5 p.m. anymore in the gym. Yeah. But that time is so valuable at home. Like being home for 5 to 7. Yeah. That's when you understand now, oh, that's when I should be home. Yeah, yeah. And it's that's the most important time, like getting ahead of the witching hour. Dude. And getting your shit together there. And yeah. But I got the best partner in the world, so I can, you know, be flexible with my time and just make sure I'm there to help her. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. And like I guess, did you take any time off when? 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Damn, that feels like so long ago. Yeah, I know, dude. I'm not one to say that usually about time. I hate it when people say, oh, this year went so fast. Like it's just time. Time moves the same way. Yeah, yeah. But just thinking about that block, it's like, oh shit, like, yeah, 2 weeks. It's a mental game too, because, you know, I always feel like when you're in a phase when you're not thinking about time, which is literally that time, like you're not thinking about, God, this is taking forever. It's always like when you're the busiest, and it's usually when times like you slow down a bit, you realize like, holy shit, it's not, for me, it's like thinking about, I haven't stopped since this time as well. Yeah. And then that sort of gets like in the way as well. Was the time thing probably the thing you were most nervous about leading into fatherhood, or was there anything? I think so. Yeah. I think I've been working like 60 plus hour weeks before this, like working school, PT, rah. So I'm just used to just massive weeks, huge weeks. I feel like a piece of shit if I'm not working a huge week. Yeah. Because once you've been there and you've been in that grind and you know that you can be that productive, then if you just taper back a bit, you just feel like, damn, man, like I wasted this week. So it's like a blessing and a curse, right? Yeah. So I think that adjustment, but time's the most important asset. You got to know how to use it properly. And I think that becomes way more important, like in my experience, when you first become a dad, for sure. Yeah. And I feel like you're someone who's, and this is just like by talking to you and stuff like that, having a kid, once again, requires time. But as you said, because you were so busy leading up. So when we used to work together, I remember you being like, you get through a day at school and you go straight home and you'd be training people as well, which would be
fucking hectic. And to be fair, I did see you fairly stressed at times, which was pretty hilarious to watch. But, you know, from a funny side of things.
I was more stressed when I was running basketball stuff at school.
Oh, dude.
That was the most stressful. That taught me how to deal with stress.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
And how to work some stupidly big weeks without getting any extra pay for it.
Yeah.
So that taught some good lessons.
Yeah, and I think that you can definitely, not dealing with kids, but dealing with the structure of time. Like I think I said to you before we started, like my schedule is literally like fucking airtight. Like I have this time to do this one. And even with you and me filming some content before this, we knew that we both only have like an hour right now. And it's like it's not just like, we could give or take this time. It's like, no, I have an hour and then I got to get home, and I'm kind of the same, which is always good when I'm working with other dads. But I think most people I see, and you could probably say the same, most people I see who are really busy, when they get when the parent thing sort of comes into things, they actually just sort of thrive in the busyness. And I feel like I can see you being one of those people that really thrives in it as well. Like,
yeah, you just feel like you feel good when you've gotten through a busy day and you've helped around at home and done everything, and like days are tougher, but you feel good when you go to sleep at night because you're like, damn, like I got a lot done today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever experience those days? And I know you probably do, but like, you know, the days where you do massive hours, right? You've worked really hard. And the reason I'm asking you this question, because I feel like you may have experienced this and you might have really good insight onto it, but that feeling of, you know, you worked a really big day and then you get home and, you know, you've got like another 3 or 4 hours where it is work. Like you're literally there, you got to cook dinner, you got to help out, you got to put the kids to bed or put Luca to bed, do all that sort of stuff. And it's like, you know, you feel like, oh, I've worked a big day. Surely, like I can take off the pedal here, and like, sort of, how do you avoid that? Because I know you like really try to avoid that, but what do you think is one of the assets that helps you avoid that?
Bro, I love what I do. So I don't work. I just have a lifestyle, and that's what I do for my lifestyle. I train people. I do my programs. I do this, whatever. It's not work to me.
Yeah.
Like a day at school.
Work.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It's work,
once
bro.
a week. But
it's
can be
mental work, right?
When you get home and you have other things to do, that's obviously work too. But also, I just think like what the mum's doing is way harder.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't see what I'm doing is that hard.
Yeah.
Compared to that, like hell no, that's tough to be with a baby who's, you know, not napping properly,
sleep regression long. You mentioned.
Yep. Like that's way harder than what I do. So I think I just
suck it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think there is an element to that, right? Like I know we talk about mental health and we talk about all this sort of stuff, but I think the one element of mental health that we do have to be aware of is the fact that you can't continuously be like, I'm not feeling mentally well today, I'm going to take it easy. Like there has to be an element where you can feel like that some days, but at the end of the day, like nothing gets done if nothing gets done. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big one that we sort of, I guess, walk on the thin ice of being like, okay, I feel shit today, but there's people at home who require me to be at least at 60%.
Yeah. I reckon I had one day recently where I was just sort of like feeling, holy shit, I'm stressed, but I wasn't used to being stressed before trial. You know, I don't feel like stress. I don't feel stressed before that. And I'm not saying I do that badly now. But it might creep up to you a little bit with just all the shit you got to do. So that's a good point. Like you have to take care of your mental health too, because it can creep up on you. But I just think like, damn, like what about the people who have 2 young kids at home? Or
do you imagine those people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, or like, dude, I watched Cheaper by the... It
must be hard, bro.
Dog, I watched Cheaper by the Dozen last night. Fucking great movie, but who in their fucking right mind wants to have 12 kids? That is insane shit. Like 2 for me. But you know what's funny? It's kind of like, you know how like, you know, you're working out early in the morning, right? And somebody says to you like, oh man, like I've just started working out early in the morning. Like I'm really struggling. And you're sitting there like, fuck, come on, man. It's not that bad. That's what it's kind of like when you go from 1 to 2 kids as well. You get that like, oh shit, like it's really hard. But then you're also like, it is, but you just get used to it. Like when you do it enough, you get used to it as well.
Yeah.
So with your like being a PT, obviously I wanted to talk to you a little bit about obviously keeping, I guess like not not in terms of like really structured fitness, but I know you're really big on, and it's one of the things we came in and filmed is really big on, obviously now this new journey of fatherhood has sort of put you in a mindset where you do want to help a lot of other dads as well. And you sort of know what's helped you, but what can you think in terms of physically, what do you think is one of the things that you've been doing that you think really helps? Whether it's like, you know, I guess an exercise you've been doing that really helps just the load of being a dad or things like that.
Like some dumbbell baby carries.
Yeah, dumbbell baby carries, which, dude, you gave me the fucking heaviest shit and now my arm's hurting. But you know what? It's actually not that bad because this is my summer arm. This is what I hold summer with. And she's like fucking like 10 kilos now. But is there something that jumps out at you that you're like, if I was to, I guess, do the last 4 months again, you can sort of pick up like, hey, that was a really good thing that I was doing. And if I was to go back and say that would be a top priority. And I think I know what you're going to say.
I think if you're going to become a dad, like you got to be prepared. And like the thing we went over today, like dad prep.
Yeah.
Like if you can't do a weekly meal prep now, right? Ever since my son's been born, I've eaten the same food every single day.
Yeah, so which is almost insane and psychotic, but still it works.
That little bit of like that's one thing I can give up just to give myself more time.
Yeah, I like that you said that. It's one thing that you can sort of give up. And
I can make a sacrifice.
Yeah, like, there you
go. The mums at home making way more sacrifices than that. Like that's easy. And I think, if you're about to be a dad, like the 3 things we went over today, you got to do a weekly meal prep.
Yeah.
You've got to get in 10,000 daily steps. If you want to be healthy and not get a dad bod and you want to stay in a decent physical shape or improve your shape every day, 10,000 steps in. And then the third one I would say is get in the gym or sport if that's your thing.
Yeah.
You got to be training 3 days a week. Like if you're not putting in the work for yourself physically, mentally, then you're going to be a shit dad. I think that's something. I got heaps of tips, but like,
I know
I got
you
heaps of things that we could go through.
Page of them I saw, but the thing I wanted to mention is like you mentioned just sport as well, and I think the mental side of working out, I think, is a really big one. Like I know I don't have a gym membership anymore. I told you this because I play football like 3 times a week. And I think that has been a game changer for me, not just physically, but like mentally as well. It's like time away that I can like kick a ball, and I guess for me being a little bit competitive as well. But even down to like, you know, there's 3 workouts. When you say like you got to be training, I think a lot of people have this connotation of like, I've got to be in there like busting my balls when in reality, it doesn't have to be like an hour or 2 hour session, right? It could just be like 30 minutes getting some sort of movement in just for the sake of moving, as well as your 10,000 steps, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like it depends on the person's goal. Like just because you become a dad doesn't mean you've got to give up on your physique goal. But you don't have to have the most optimal workout routine. If you're not currently training and not that fit, but you don't want to become a dad and then just lose all help of focusing on your own health, like get in the gym, hit 6 exercises 3 days a week, you're laughing.
Yeah. And it's like, I think it's pretty achievable too. Like I think making things achievable, and then I think like setting them up in a way that it's like you time as well. Like when you have like you time as well, like I know you're an early morning person, which I don't know how you do, but I'm a late night person. So like I will go to bed at like 12 or whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know, man. It's insomnia. It happens.
You editing videos and doing productive shit?
Yeah, like mainly. So there'll be like, you know, sometimes I'll give myself an hour where I'll play like Pokemon on my phone or some shit like that. Because I like need that stuff. I think like I've got so many different hobbies that makes it really difficult. But a lot of it's like I've been struggling a little bit with editing recently, just purely because it requires like brain power and like you're in that time where like sometimes I'll get the girls to bed, and it's usually on like a week where like work, that thing that always fucking gets in the way. Work is always like big and time consuming. And then you get to a point where you just get home and you want to work on that sort of side hustle. And I sort of wanted to talk to you about this as well. And sort of like just trying to summon the energy to do that as well. Like I said, I love what I do with Cool Dad. It's honestly, I get so excited to do it. But it's the stuff that's not as fun that I struggle to do, which editing, like, you know, editing's not all that fun. Like filming, that's really, really fun. And like doing this sort of shit's fun. It's just like piecing it together. How have you sort of balanced, like obviously doing the content thing as well? Because I know me and you used to talk a lot about filming content, doing content. How have you found that as well, or finding time for that?
I just think you got to prioritize it. Like you look at your week, you got 168 hours in a week. There's, this thing that this guy on YouTube, he has this exercise that he does with people where you map out your week. You got to work for 40 hours. You got to sleep 8 hours a day. You got to train 3-4 times a week, 4 hours. And you look at all the hours you have left and you put everything in your Google Calendar and you live out of your calendar. And if you want to be productive, you got to do that. Also, with me personally, my social media, like that's where I've gotten someone on board to help me with that.
Yeah.
Like that's like your health. If you want to improve your health, get a coach. If you want to improve your socials, invest in it. If you want to improve something else, like invest that time or money or whatever and like get to work basically.
Yeah. I think, it's so, and like, I think the thing that's crazy about that is like, if you mapped out your calendar as well and you go, okay, now I want to spend this amount of time with my kids as well. That's like something that, like, if you want to be present, right? The tough thing about being present is the fact that it's a lot of downtime. Like when you're with your kids, it's not all like go, go, go. Sometimes it is like sitting at home. And I know you'll get to this like soon, especially like, getting to that like 6-month period. When they start moving around and crawling and doing all that sort of stuff, even though it feels like downtime, you're still spending quality time. But in your head, you're like, oh, I could be doing this. I could be doing that. Like how do you ever sort of sit in a room trying to put Luca to sleep or something like that? Or even just hanging out and like they're doing like tummy time and you're like, oh, this is great. But also like looking at the watch.
Man,
like,
I think it's great for me because prior to this, I would just go and never stop. And then now when I'm having like mad chills with him, I can just relax and forget about it. And Fifey was on here talking about put the phone down.
Yep.
I watched that because I was like looking forward to coming on the pod. I was like, dope. As soon as I've become a dad, I know you'll hit me up to be on here.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I'll go back, have a look at Stainsy and Fifey's and have a look at their tips. And I thought that was such a good thing about put the phone down. I think it'll help me to be present, and I love that time. Like if I've done everything I need to do in the day and I go home and I've got an hour and I can just chill with him, it's dope.
Yeah.
But I just think once again, like schedule your shit. If you're unorganized already and then you're going to throw a kid into the mix, like, yeah, you're fucked. You got to be organized. Like I got everything in my calendar. I know what I'm doing all week. And I got my family time in there too. And that's changed as well. Like I said about not coaching past a certain time in the day. Yeah. Back in the day, I would just schedule people in whenever they want to work, but it's not like that anymore. So
yeah, it's crazy when you think about like, I think because this is just from personal experience with me, because Kia's really big on scheduling, like massively. And she always like has a go at me if I haven't put something in the calendar and I'm like, yeah, I need to put this in the calendar. I need to do this. And like there is a little bit of like it's almost daunting at first, like looking at your phone and seeing like everything's portioned out. And
yeah,
kind of like
some people it wouldn't suit their brain,
I think the thing is, I think I'm one of these people that it doesn't suit. Like I do like living on the fly sometimes. Like sometimes I'll drop, but I also am like when I do plan things out, I also see you get this like feeling of like, I don't know, like you feel like you've ticked things off in the day too. But I think just getting over that first hump of, like you said, putting everything out and being like, this is where this is going, this is where this is going, can be quite daunting at first, especially if you haven't done it. Were you always someone that sort of scheduled everything, or was this something that's kind of new?
Now that you say that, like when I was teaching and then I started my PT shit before and after school, like I did this thing for that year called a top 3. So every day I just put in 3 main things I wanted to get done.
Hell yeah.
So I wasn't scheduling. Obviously you have to schedule like your clients. You don't have to schedule anything for school. You already got your schedule for you. But that was a huge thing. Like for someone who's not, now that's not good enough for me. I've got more things to do than that. But that top 3, that was actually dope for a year. Yeah. Every day I have to get these 3 things done. And then if something passed, like I would feel like shit. Like I got to get it done the next day. But you got to fail sometimes. Like you know, you can't hit all your goals. Otherwise they're not the right goals. Yeah.
That's an interesting take too. Like I think once again with like gym and stuff, people sort of assume you got to be all in from the start, but you can sort of ease in. Like that's a great way of easing into scheduling, right?
You got to meet people where they're at too. When you meet someone you can't always give every type of person the whole blueprint. Like
Yeah.
you got to start with some easier habits. It's all about habits.
Yeah.
They might have 8K steps. Like I hate to give somebody 8,000 daily steps as a target.
Yeah.
That's not a challenge.
Yeah.
To some people though, if it's 5 to 8, that's still a challenge to them, and then you build them up a bit. But yeah, you got to be a bit in between with that.
Yeah. Has having a kid, obviously you probably would have worked with people like with clients who had kids before you had a kid. What was that sort of, did you ever find like a transitional period where you sort of almost gave them a little bit of grace where you're like, oh fuck, okay, I like this is kind of hard now, like
that hits, man. Like just one of the women I work with who just had a really good 6-week transformation.
Yeah.
Because I do these challenges every winter, every summer. It's just been something I've done since I started.
Yeah.
The 6-week challenge, you'll get your normal sort of client before that who does the nutrition and training.
Yeah.
Then you'll just know that they're going to dial in for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's got 3 kids as well. Yeah. And just to see her dial in for those 6 weeks, plus my son in that time had gone from 6 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going, damn, I'm dialed in for these 6 weeks too. This is the hardest challenge I've ever done.
Yeah.
And then to see her in particular, what she was able to do with having 3 kids, yeah, that makes you think like, oh shit, like
it's pretty
that
incredible.
would be
hey?
hard.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so incredible seeing. Like I'm like that when I see someone. Okay, and then now this sounds bad, but I never want to discredit people who are running their own business or doing anything, whether it's socials or whatever. But when I see them and I'm like, oh, you don't have kids? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting them. I'm not saying like, oh man, like, oh, you got it so easy. It's fucking hard. But on the flip, when I see someone who's doing really, really well and I see them with kids, like balancing it all, like when you have kids, you're just like, holy fuck, you know how hard it is to balance that shit.
Yeah.
And you're just like, holy shit, this person is a fucking freak. Like, you know who's like that? Stainsy.
Yeah.
Literally, and I've told him this all the time, like because he's on top of fucking everything. He's like similar to you, like schedules everything. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh, when he has kids, like I wonder how he's going to go with that transition. Fucking nailed it. Like immediately. And you find people like that and you're just like, dude, that is freakish shit. Like that is like, if you're looking at like athletes, like that is the equivalent of being like, I don't know, insert name here. You're just like, they're just built different.
Yeah.
Do you find too that you have a lot of, I guess, you have dad role models and stuff like that. Do you find that a lot of like people like personally become like dad role models for you? Like they just sort of pop out and you're like, holy shit, that dude's actually really got it together.
I don't think of it like that. I've always got role models and mentors and stuff, but yeah, I haven't really looked at anyone and be like, oh, I want a dad like him.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, it just all comes naturally.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Other than my dad, he's my role model for being a good dad. For
Oh
sure,
yeah,
but,
that's mad.
Yeah.
Yes, are there things
But
that
I look at a role model for like fitness or a
Yeah,
coach
yeah,
or
yeah.
that sort of shit.
do you ever like look at them and like do a background check and just like, does this guy have kids? I just want to double check. Like, is he?
Oh, what when you meet someone?
No. Like you find like someone that's like inspiring online, right?
yeah,
And you like
got
double
you.
check and you're like,
Nah, I feel like I get my role models are people I've met, people in person for sure.
Oh, that's mad.
A coach, my old gym where the owner, he was like a really good role model for how to be a good trainer, that sort of thing. Awesome people that we used to work with.
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
We used to work with a lot of guys that I think I've learned a lot about fatherhood from.
Yeah.
I mention him all the time on the podcast. Ash, Anthony. I'm just like, because he's got 2 amazing daughters. They both work at our work. At my work, not yours anymore. And I literally go to him all the time because they're so well-rounded. They're so level-headed, both of them. And I'm like, dude, how did you do that? Like, what did you do to make them like that? Because I would be so proud if my girls grew up and they were like that. Yeah. So I'm always like, Ash, what do I do? Like,
yeah, he's a good one to go to. Man.
Yeah. But no, I love talking about like, especially in different phases, because I know you're in such an early phase. So you still got that like new dad glint in your eye. Mm-hmm. What sort of popped up for you that you've gone like, holy shit, this sucks so hard? Like, what is that? Is there something that pops out to you that you're like, holy shit, I hate this? Why? Not hate as in like you don't want to do it anymore, but you're like, my life would be substantially better if my child did not do this.
Honestly, it's hard for me to say that because like Cynthia just does so much, bro. Like she's like it's way harder to be her. In my eyes, but she loves being a mom. She loves being pregnant. So it's good like that. But yeah, you know, what's hard? Just not being like the baby whisperer. Like 1 week I was the baby whisperer. And everything I did, he was laughing and giggling and all that. And then, you know, you pick him up and then he's just crying and shit. And one of the hardest things for sure is just having to move positions all the time.
Oh, dude.
Like going from over the shoulder. Like it's 5 p.m. The only place he's chilling is on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And then it's just shoulder. Like it would be just awesome to just be able to hold him and sit down. And then as soon as you sit down, then he cracks it. Like, yeah, I would say that's probably the hardest thing. But it's nowhere near as hard as what the mum has to do. No way. I can't complain.
I feel like too, you know, have you ever had that situation where he's like sleeping on you and you're uncomfortable, but he's asleep? So you're like, I can't fucking move. Like, and you're like itchy, you're like some shit like that. And you're like, no, I'm stuck like this. This is where I have to make a sacrifice. I have to eat the same meal every fucking day. That's why I just got to sit here and eat the same meal.
Hey, that's a easy sacrifice.
Yeah. What I know you really want to check your phone because I know for a fact that you have. Oh, it's my dad. Don't worry about it. I know you've got some tips in there, and I want to get into the tips.
The tips? Okay? You want some?
I want some tips. I want you to pop in the ultimate, the optimal health tips, brother.
I reckon what would be cool is I'll just give these out to you, and then you give your thoughts.
Okay.
Some of these it kind of be like. You might be like, what the fuck?
No, but that's good. I like that. This is fun because now you guys can't really see it. If it's on like camera, you might be able to see, but you might not.
I'm not known for reading off my phone, bro. I'm known for just freestyling.
I've seen you. I was going to, I've seen you write a freestyle on your phone. I've seen you read it off your phone. Okay. I've seen you do that. We went to Ben's Vietnamese. I remember that. And then we probably don't talk about that because that was the last time I ever went to Ben's Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
That's on your, what do they call it? Like, you know, like Patreon or some shit.
Yeah, dude.
You got Patreon. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that's on my blacklist of things I don't talk about anymore because that was a fucking terrible night. Anyway, okay. So we've got the list up. Matson's Pod, Ultimate Dad Health Tips. We'll go through it. And
I reckon these are my top optimal health tips for dads. But this, I've got to be honest, like this isn't about anything to do with being a dad.
No,
this is about optimizing your training
health
and nutrition.
Yes, I like that.
If you're a dad, but it's not to just be average.
Yeah,
that's what I sort of do. I take people who are just average gym goers and I try to find them.
You want to de-average them.
Find their optimal.
You want to go from average Joes to Globo Gym. That's
basically. Yeah.
All right, hit me with the first one, and I'll.
So we've been.
Do you want me to critique them, or do you want me to?
So.
So how about you give them to me, and I'll see if I can.
Like, say if it's relevant, or
yes, okay, I like
share
that.
Your thoughts.
All right, let's do that. Maybe I can give you some fucking knowledge.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
Top one, I think, is more for your soon-to-be dads. We've been through this.
Yep.
Is dad prep. Like, if you're not preparing beforehand and you don't have a healthy routine already, and then you're throwing in a kid, you're fucked.
Yeah. I think that's 100% on the money.
Dad prep. Yeah. Like been over that already.
Yeah. Just being prepared. Steps, meal prep's a good one. And
train.
I was going to say the thing about meal prep too is we're not just talking about when the kid's here. Meal prep before birth, because like there's going to be times where when baby's here, you don't have time to cook. Like you don't have time. You do not want to go down to the shop. So meal prep, not just for like health, but for convenience. Yeah. That's another big thing too.
Facts. Number 2 is smart goals are bullshit.
Okay.
So we are teachers and we teach, you know, the typical smart goals, realistic. That's the most bullshit thing ever.
Yeah, it is.
You have to set unrealistic goals.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're passing all your goals for the year, they weren't good goals.
Yeah.
You're not aiming high enough. So you're a dad, you're trying to earn X amount of money for the year. Don't make it something realistic. Yeah. Like if you have your own business, you're making money for yourself, set an unrealistic goal.
Yeah, I heard something. I heard something recently that there's sometimes happiness in the delusion. You know what I mean? Like when people say like, "Oh, that's a crazy goal," and you're like, "Yeah, it is." But like for me, when I'm like, "Yeah, I want to have a podcast that's bigger than Joe Rogan's," like it sounds fucking ludicrous, but I'm also like, that makes me happy. Like knowing that there's a possibility, even if it's like 0.00%. 0.1% that I'm going to get there. It's a good one to have. And it's
why not?
Yeah.
Because you're going to end up with a good, solid podcast.
Exactly.
You know? And you're going to continue to grow your pod.
Yeah.
The next one, wake up at 4 a.m.
Fuck you, dude.
if you want to get serious, like unless you're like coaching football or something, part of your job past 8 p.m., you work shift work or whatever. If you're just working a normal job where you're at home by 5, 6, what are you doing productive after 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
So get up
Watching
early,
TV.
wake up at 4, make the most of your day, go get it.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
I'll counter that by saying the thing you said in there about looking at your time and seeing whether you're productive as a night owl, that could be at night as well. You know what I mean? Like if you work out, it's a matter. It's more so the 4 a.m. thing. I think is a good way of saying like optimizing your time. Like getting up at 4 a.m. is a great way to optimize your time. And as a parent, it's probably the only few hours you get without the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that I think that is important, and how you interpret that is dependent on what you're like.
Context on that one.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, for sure. Like
sure.
I know a lot of gym people. I say gym people. I know a lot of people who train find it in the morning, and it's not a matter of I'm better than you. It's a matter of this is the fucking only time I have where my kids aren't awake.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like that at like 10 p.m. Like when I say, oh, I go to bed at like 12 a.m., I get the same reaction from people as when you say I get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know, if it's not 4 a.m., let's say you work late nights, you finish at 8 p.m. for some reason. Look, if you can get home, get into bed and get prepared from 8 hours from that, wake up at that time, like just don't fuck around
I like that.
at home in front of
I get it. I get the context of it. It is funny. I don't also like shitting on you. It's hilarious. But
my next one, for your physique, and this is for people who are trying to optimize their physique.
Yeah.
Track your macros every day.
Yep.
If you're not tracking, you're slacking. My macro streak on MyFitnessPal is like almost at 2 years every day tracked. If you want to improve your physique, it's just mathematics, calories in, calories out, steps. You got to track your macros.
Well, okay, because that's a really good one for like, because you said like for the high performance.
If you're trying to get the best physique possible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But if we tone it back, what do you think is the best thing to track for like just people who just want to be like, I just want to eat?
Oh, bro, just learn to track your macros.
Yeah, okay,
like
cool.
If you're trying to improve your physique and you're trying to lose 10 kilos.
Yeah.
You know, if you never tracked your macros, then what are you doing?
Yeah. What's a good place, I guess, to understand that? Like, do you have someone that you know of that you could listen to that really like, I'm not going to say dumbs it down, but really understands? It's just Kia sent me photos of the girls at the haircut. It's so funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very cute. Where would be a good place to start for people? Because I know there's a lot of people that are like, what do I do? Like, you know what I mean? How do I, like, what would be a good place to start?
That's tough, man. Once you get into the fitness YouTube cycle of just going through
I'm glad
videos,
you're saying this as a YouTube
so
professional.
much shit.
A YouTube professional.
This brings me to my next point.
Okay,
this was not planned.
I like this though.
But the next point is hire a coach.
Yeah.
Now, the only reasons why, if you want your haircut, you go to a barber.
Yeah, unless you're me, I just shave it myself. Thanks, bro.
Right. If you got an injury,
you go to a
even
physio.
kids who got an injury, man, they go to the physio before they ever been to a trainer.
Yeah,
like if you want to improve your physique, hire a coach. The only reason you're not hiring a coach is you're already an expert.
Yeah,
you're broke and you can't afford it. Fair enough. Or you're just not arrogant, but you're just unaware.
Yeah.
Of, hey, this is what a coach will actually do. So somebody who works a full-time job can afford a coach, an online program from an online coach, you know, a dietitian maybe.
I know a good one.
Yep, exactly. And if you can't, you just probably you've never experienced what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, what do you do if you want to learn how to play ball?
Yeah,
you go sign up.
I got a question on this too. What are your thoughts on, say, people joining, say, like the group fitness style? What are your thoughts on that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like the fit stops, the things like that. Like, do you have any? Because a lot of people do that as like sort of like a cheaper alternative because you've got someone who creates the workouts for you and think. What are your thoughts on that?
I think.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, you just got attacked there. It's all good.
Yeah, keep smashing the mic.
Yeah, we'll stop kicking it, please.
Too eager to get these tips off. I think that like it just depends, man. If you want to improve your physique, then you got to do what bodybuilders do because they have the best physique.
Yeah.
If you want to, join a community to be more accountable to get to the gym, that's fair. Like, you can join a Fit Stop community, stuff like that. That's why like the best people that I work with is ones that you have that in-person connection.
Yeah, yeah.
And the more that I've been doing OTN, like we have more of a community now.
Yeah, which is really
like,
cool.
You
it's
know,
been pretty cool because I've seen it from the start.
And it just naturally happens.
Yeah.
Like the people that you work with, they talk to each other more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that in-person aspect is really important.
Yeah.
If that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But if you were going to Fit Stop thinking, oh, I'm going to get the best physique possible, I'm going to be a shredded dad.
Yeah.
And you're not tracking your macros and you have no idea about nutrition, that's not going to just happen to fall into your lap.
I see a lot of PTs and just people in fitness that talk about like working out's all well and good. And my mate Trey did a post about this the other day about working out's really well and good. But if you want to see proper transformations, it's literally like 80% nutrition.
Yeah. Like random number that people just pull from anywhere, but
that's probably that was probably just from me, but it's probably
I've heard that.
It's probably got more relevance than a lot of the fitness community because they're all built on bullshit anyway. No offense.
Like those videos, it's like double the size of your biceps by doing this. This exercise.
Shit like that.
Like 100%. It's just training and nutrition. There shouldn't be one without the other if you want to transform your physique. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's 50-50. Like
maybe
you can't. Well, you can just do steps and improve your diet though. And improve your physique if you need to lose a lot of fat.
Yeah, and imagine how much you would like lose just by walking around with your baby trying to put him to sleep.
I know, right?
That's so much walking, dude. It's insane.
10K in the house,
bruh. I know. Yeah.
The next one we spoke about this, the time exercise. Look at your week. You got 168 hours. How are you going to use them? And schedule into Google Calendar when you're going to work out.
Yeah.
Like just schedule it in, make it an appointment, work it out with your partner. If you're already a dad, work out with your partner, like when you're going to train, when they're going to train, if they want to get back into the gym, you know?
Yeah. And I think as a dad, like you said, me sort of crossing in, that is really important. That is a good one. I've seen genuine, it helps so much to whether it's training, whether it's time with the family, whether it's work, side hustle, whatever, like scheduling shit in makes a difference. Like no matter what it is, just a general tip for fatherhood. That's a huge one, I reckon.
Facts.
Yep.
We got number 7.
Okay.
That's 10. This one's good. This one's diet related.
Well, you wrote it. I'd be surprised if you wrote it and you're like, this one, shit.
Oh, some of these are like, okay, maybe not that relevant to that, but just a blanket number to aim for with your diet.
Yeah.
Eat more protein, 2 times your body weight in protein.
Okay.
So if you are one of those people who's going to Fit Stop or training or whatever, but you're not super strict with nutrition, everything, if you just want something to aim for to be healthy, eat twice your body weight in protein in grams. So you're 80 kilos, 160 grams of protein.
Like, dude, 160 kilos of protein would be a fucking big one. Yeah. So is that per day or?
Per day.
Per day.
Yeah.
Okay,
so someone who's 80 kilos, let's say that they're not like necessarily trying to lose weight either. Like, oh, I want to lift and I want it to pay off.
Yeah.
I want to really focus on my training. Okay. Just track your macros for a day, see where your protein's at, and go to 2 times body weight in grams if you're not already.
Yeah, sick.
So some people say like 1.5 is enough.
Yeah.
Just to keep it, like make sure you're in sort of in that optimal range, 2 times body weight.
Okay.
Mine's probably at like 3 times body weight at the moment. And I have seen very, very good results.
Yeah.
Not even, bro. I got a lot of work to do, man, but I'm getting closer to
I feel that too in terms of like, dude, if you stop banging your head on that microphone, it'd be nice, bro. One thing for me though, like on that is just on hunger levels too. I think we make shitty decisions on, and this ties back into fatherhood and being a dad and stuff like that. Is I'm not a good dad when I'm hungry. Okay, I know so many other people when I'm hungry or I have not eaten enough. Kia will come and see me and be like, "You haven't eaten today. That's why your temper is so short." So I think the thing on the protein thing is, it might be well and good to grab, a packet of chips on the way or something, maybe you haven't eaten, but looking at, okay, would it be better for me to get something with a certain amount of protein in it that's going to satiate me way more than this sort of packet of chips? And I think we get, and you could probably attest to this as well, sometimes it is really hard. You're doing things on the fly. You might get food for your kids and then you'll be like, oh, I'll be fine. I just won't eat. that's probably a moment where you need to go, I need to have like a fucking bag of nuts or some shit like that. Are you serious?
A bag of nuts,
yeah, man.
bro.
Well, I thought high protein. I thought like Banno's going to be mature enough about this not to laugh when I say bag of nuts. Bag of peanuts, a bag of cashews. How do you be a bit more mature, bro?
Look, if I'm not sponsored yet, but YoPro and Rokeby.
You do a lot of,
I love them. I consume so much of them every
Rokeby's
single day
amazing
of the year.
too. Yeah.
Like that as a snack.
Yeah.
That having that just in your fridge ready to go, dude, you could drink that in 30 seconds, 30 grams of protein, you know.
Bang. And you
got a YoPro pouch.
Yeah.
Like just prioritize protein for a snack for sure.
100%.
And the point you made about being more satiated, if you're eating 2 times your body weight in grams of protein, yes, you're going to be more satiated. If you're training, you're going to build more lean muscle.
Yeah.
And also your calories, a lot of people just undereat.
Yeah. I'm one of those people.
If you
100%.
can't get 160 protein, right, because your calories are like 1,400 or some shit, or 1,500, which a lot of people come to you and they think, oh, I'm a bit overweight. They just stop eating.
Yeah.
It's such a massive problem. You got to be able to get your calories up to over 1,600 so you can get 160
like
protein.
The binge restrict cycle is a big one.
Crazy.
Man. Like people thinking like if I just don't eat, I'll and I've been there too when I like not that I intentionally fasted. I never do that shit, but if I miss breakfast because I'm prioritizing the girls and I get to like 11 a.m. I'm eating fucking anything. Yeah. Whatever I could physically get my hands on, biscuits, I don't give a shit. Like
GYG, trip at lunch.
Dude, 100%. Like, yeah, exactly, man. That stuff is so true. That whole, if I don't eat, I'll be fine. No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't.
Number 8.
Yep, shoot.
This one is use caffeine for productivity. So if you are like I think obviously there's a cap on how much caffeine you should have, but 100% use caffeine to be more productive.
Do you drink coffee still?
I don't drink coffee. I drink yerba mate, that weird shit that all the like, you know, South American football players drink and you never see anyone else drinking.
That Alex Pereira shit. Oh,
yeah.
Protein.
But I would say just drink it for me, it's 9 a.m. because I'm asleep by like 8, 9, whatever.
Yeah.
Like get in more caffeine for productivity. Just get it in earlier in the day.
Yeah, cool.
Don't be one of those people that's drinking coffee at 12, 2 p.m. like or later because of the half-life of it, and it will affect your sleep and it'll fuck you up even more. And I think everyone should sort of know their sweet spot for caffeine. Yeah. Like caffeine's like a drug to me. It's like a productivity drug, you know? And I know my sweet spot is like 200 to 300 milligrams where it used to be a little bit less than that. Yeah. But hey, I'm productive and it won't interfere with sleep if you have it early enough in the day.
And I think that's a massive one for parents because as a parent, and it's one of the things you sort of like learn as you just abuse coffee, really. Like you have coffee all the time. And like I said, like I probably have like, I would say like 500 to 600 milligrams a day. Like if like that is pretty much
a tolerance thing.
Yeah. And like I would say I'm quite tolerant, but I know Kia, for example, if she has a coffee, I'm not even lying, dude, past 10 a.m., she doesn't sleep. And when you're a parent and you get your kids to bed and all you want to do is just close your eyes and get a good night's sleep in, but you can't, even though your body's tired, your head just won't go to sleep. And you literally lay there. And then what do you do when you lay there? You pick up your phone, put the light in front of your face. Then you're on there for like an hour. And once again, tying it back to that optimizing time, you're in the shit the next day pretty much.
Yeah, facts.
That's a big one, man.
So the next one, give up alcohol. Just give it up. Just stop drinking. If you want to improve your health, your mind, your physique, then don't drink alcohol. I gave up over two years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So best decision ever made. It took a lot of time to get to that point because you're 25 and you're hungover one morning and you're throwing up going, I'm never going to drink again.
And then you do it
again.
And
that probably gave up once.
I'm curious,
for like 6 months.
What do you think I'm going to say about it?
Well, because
it's going to surprise you.
It's in your logo, bro. You got a beer in the
but that's the
logo.
Thing. Dude, I won't lie to you, man. I very rarely drink anymore.
Yeah.
Very rarely. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't even think it's like obviously a health thing for sure. Like I'm almost certain that's why I haven't put on any weight since being a dad, like for the last 4 years. And I attribute to, I'm not saying I don't drink at all. Like I still go to the pub.
You're not having 6 beers.
But mate, I can't think of the last time, and I'm not saying this to gloat or saying how great I am. For me, being hungover with kids is arguably the worst experience. I hate it. I physically hate it. And now, like, Kia and I had some wine the other night with dinner, right? And we very rarely do that. We thought, why not? Kia's not breastfeeding anymore. We could probably do it. We both had 2 glasses each. We both were like, this is fucked. Like, I felt like shit.
The next day.
And Kia was like on the verge of vomiting because like we don't drink that much. So now like having like that bottle of wine was just bad. And I don't even think it's like a abstinence thing or a sobriety thing. It's just purely like, I just don't think I can fit it in my day or that. Like I'm going to a gig tonight and I'm working out in my head like, do I want to have a beer or nah? Like, which is really interesting because I know you're a big person pushing the like, nah, I don't want to drink. I remember when we were not in school, but when we were working together, we'd like plan like a night out on the holidays or something. Yeah. And you'd be like, yeah, I haven't drunk in 12 weeks. And I remember being like, oh, holy shit. Whereas like now I'm like, oh, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I think it's a big one.
If you're in your 20s, like it's different.
Yeah.
Look, like I've done enough partying in my time,
enough rapping
to never need to party again.
Yeah,
but
I feel you.
It might be different for someone who maybe they started drinking at 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Look, you're in your 20s, I get it. When you're in your 30s, bro, there's no fun parties.
No,
that shit's not fun anymore.
No, unless it's like a wedding or something. Yeah. Like you're like those ones. Like those are probably ones I'll probably break out and go, okay. But yeah, even going out, man. Like,
weddings aren't fun when you're the only sober one there.
That's the only downside. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
I do have one of my best mates coming up, and then one of Cynthia's best mates. So they'll be all right. But like, when
it's like picking and choosing, right?
Yeah, but I've been away with my mates twice for like a weekend away, and been the only one there not drinking. Had a mad time.
Yeah,
like they were all hungover. I woke up the next morning, like did my own thing for like 3 hours, and
sick.
like enjoyed the trip. You know. Yeah. But what's good about alcohol? I don't know. If you can tell me something positive about it, please let me know. DM me, guys. But I just hate it. I just think if you want to optimize your health, man, just stop.
I do see it, and I've heard like I'm not saying I'm big
if you're over 25. Sorry.
If you're still, but even like the younger generation now, like you notice it in the kids like I teach, like they're not even big into alcohol. It's too expensive for them. Everything's too expensive. You go to fucking Felons and you're spending $15 for like one beer. So like by the time you have 3, which is where you sort of get that sweet spot of like, oh yeah, I'm feeling it a little bit now. You spend $45.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. And $45 nowadays is like, that's as a parent, that's a lot of money. Like, to just throw down, you know what I mean?
Like I don't really eat food out that much.
No,
I don't drink. Like I used to spend so much money on all that stuff.
Yeah, and you realize how much money you did spend. Yeah. And you sort of save it for like rainy day now, right? Like,
yeah.
Kind of like,
Facts.
Was that the last tip?
The last one was be present, and that's like actual good dad advice.
I like that.
It's good when you're a coach.
Yeah.
When you're coaching, you have to be present. When you're one-on-one with somebody, right? You got to be locked in for every set.
Yeah.
When you're a dad, 100% you got to be present. That's a pretty standard dad tip. But I remember Stainsy talking about his book that he reads, The Daily Stoic.
Yeah, yeah.
And it has like a tip for every day of the year. The book that I read every day, it's the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Look it up.
Yeah.
By Deepak Chopra. That's part of my morning routine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's 7 laws, 7 days of the week. There's 1 law for every day of the week. So if you don't have time to read the chapter, like it's like less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Usually in the morning, I'll just read the 2 pages at the end. It's a summary, and it'll give you that explanation of that law, and you follow that for a day of the week. And that's just my thing. Yeah. Hey, if it's your thing, look it up. Like,
you find your thing.
I got that from rappers, bro. Like every rapper on it.
Really?
Interview back in the day, ages ago. I think I read it like
crazy
10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, I thought, oh man, like I need to go buy that book again. I haven't had it for ages.
Yeah.
Because I gave it away to someone.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, this really relates to being a dad.
Yeah.
I'm going to start following this every day. And I think, I can't remember when I started doing that this year. It was in prep for becoming a dad.
Yeah.
And then once Luca got here, like that was the best thing, so helpful.
Do you reckon it keeps you grounded?
I think,
like
brain fog was is a massive thing with when you're always scrolling and shit like that. I don't scroll, but I do go on socials to make content and go on so much YouTube and consume a lot. But I read that in the morning so that I don't touch my phone. Yeah. I play some lo-fi music. I read that page of, takes 30 seconds. It'll just like help me focus, be present for the day.
I think that's a really good point in itself too. Like I'm the same with you, not touching my phone. I don't touch my phone in the morning. Like when I get up, because I noticed it was the first thing I was touching in the morning. Like I get up, check, and whether it's like, say your content's sort of flopped it the night before, you see it, you're like, fuck. Or like, you see something, first thing that pops up is some dude yelling at you, being like, fuck, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, dude, I don't want to see this first thing in the morning. So literally I keep my phone on charge from until I go to work. I get like leave for work. And it's half the reason I don't shoot content in the morning. So I'm like, everyone loves to see a morning routine or shit like that. But I'm also like, fuck that. Like I don't want people in my house in the morning. Like I want that. That's like a really sacred time for me and the girls and, Kia's working. And I think if I could like add a tip in as you get older with kids is keep doing that. Don't touch your phone. Yeah. You realize how fucking poisonous that thing is.
I need like the times where I just turn it off. This afternoon.
Big time, man. That's why I'm so excited.
Locked into just chilling with Big Lou, and that's it.
That's cool, eh? Like I think you get excited about that as well. Like you really get keen. And I guess on that, like the last sort of point I sort of make in the pods is because I know you're conscious you got to get home, and I do as well. Otherwise, Kia's going to kill me. What's sort of your biggest dad win that you've had? And it doesn't have to necessarily be like anything to do with dadding in itself, but it could be something that you've sort of started doing or you do now as a dad that you're like really proud of that, whether it's for, being a dad itself or just something that you've prioritized that's made your life a lot better.
I reckon I do have a good dad win, but I reckon coming on the pod was good.
Yeah?
That was good.
Yeah, hell
shit.
yeah.
He's like, I sort of forgot that, maybe you're going to ask me.
Oh, of course I was going to. There's so many people I want to ask.
When I was going to be a dad, I was like, oh, man, I get to go on the Cool Dad pod now.
Hell yeah, man.
So that was
glad.
dope.
I'm super happy
last week or whatever when you hit me up. I was like, oh, man, that's a good win.
I always wanted to. It was just a matter of I know you're busy. Like that's my biggest thing with like asking other dads because I know how busy it is and I know it's like it's time out of your day. Like it is tough to fit it in. Like
this was like our coffee catch up.
Well, that's
like
why I
feel like we've missed one. Like we usually catch up every holidays.
Yeah,
but since I've had my son, like it's just been harder. But
yeah, for sure.
My biggest win that was with my partner and I. We just had a one night holiday.
Oh man,
6 weeks in.
Yeah.
That was so good, bro.
With Luca.
With Luca,
yeah. Cool,
like taking him on his first holiday. We had someone dog sit our dogs.
Yeah.
And that was mad. Wieners. That was so good. That was such a good idea because he was driving, everything was easy then, and it was just to the coast, like easy. Yeah. But he had a good time. Like his behavior didn't change, he didn't crack the shits or anything. No. But
you're in a good age.
That was such a good memory to look back on. We got some cool photos and everything. So.
Do you know what you need to do? And Cynthia's going to love me for this. But while he is under the age of 2, go to Japan.
Yeah.
Take him to Japan. I promise you, like it is the best place to go. Like for kids, it's super safe, super clean.
We would love to go overseas at some point because like we kind of missed that. We were going to go and then
it's a long time between our
we had a plan to go to Japan ages ago, but that never happened. But yeah, I'm not really big on overseas traveling at the moment, but I'd hope to say that maybe by the time he's 2, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, like just overseas. Don't like now is probably not, but like it's one of the few countries that I'm like it's beautiful. It's very chill.
You love it,
relaxed.
bro.
I love it. But it made me love it even more when I took Skylar there. Like we went before Skylar was 2, so it was cheaper. Like going now is it's almost out of our reach now because 2 kids, you got to pay for 2 tickets.
Yeah,
but it's so nice and it's just I don't know. It's very chill. Do not go to Bali. Okay.
Oh, I've never been to Bali, bro. I just have this like negative connotation of like
not even a connotation. I went from someone who loved it to now someone who's like I'll fucking never go back until my kids are older. It was the worst. No pool fences. Worst experience of my life. Like it was the worst week. One of the worst weeks. Dog. No, you think that's like. It is like someone almost pooed in the pool. It's a story in itself, man. But like, it's just not a nice place to go with. And people might be different to me, but I just had fucking the worst time ever. So yeah. But that like mini holiday away
that was good. That was a good win. Yeah,
I think that's mad. And probably was probably one of the times where you got to chill out a little bit. And, decompress.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Love that, brother. Well, yeah, but we should do another one.
This was dope. This was productive.
Yeah.
I got my tips.
I knew you wanted to get your tips in. I watched you just like, I need to get my tips in, man. You look like some dude at the fucking TAB,
I wanted to
bro.
give something productive.
The conversations are productive. Experiences are productive. Most people learn from experiences. And when you have parents, like the biggest thing is like you'll have all these people online that'll be like, my son is fucking blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, I don't want to learn from that. I want to learn from the time that you stuffed up, forgot nappies, and now I'll never forget nappies ever again because your kid shit all in the car or something like that. You know what I mean? Oh, but Banno, it's been so good chatting to you, man. It's been an awesome catch up, and I'm so keen to get those like little content videos out.
The reels will be good too.
Yeah, the little dad fitness video. That'll be a good one.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that one, and I'm excited for that, man. But where can people find you online, brother?
Just add me on Instagram, optimal_training_nutrition.
Hell yeah. And you got some merch there. What do you got there? I know you want to talk about, we put it on the mic. It's been giving me anxiety because it's on the cord,
lifting straps.
Yeah, you got lifting straps now?
It's more so like when I work with people, they join OTN, you know.
One thing I like about your stuff is you only really give it to people who work out with you. It's like a little community thing, right?
The last challenge, there was a shirt that you got for completing the challenge. It was hard to do.
That's sick.
And that was a limited edition. But I feel like I'm gonna have to get you some like.
What, you don't like the Cool Dad one? You don't like?
Nah, you got to get some like lilac colored. OTN
I would like
those. Like my sneakers. The thing
I like about yours is they're like, one, they're like a baggy fit, and two, that you've chosen good colors, because I fucking hate the bright colors.
I would love to actually do like clothes or something eventually, like way down the track. Yeah. But for now, it's just more like
we could do it together.
I just put up on IG.
We could be like front runner and you know,
but
EBT, but better, just less money. I don't have a Lambo yet.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And I really appreciate you coming on and giving me your time, because I know it's been pretty hectic. But guys, if you want to get in contact with the podcast, you can email CoolDadCollective@hotmail.com or go over to Instagram @CoolDadCollective_ TikTok and Facebook @CoolDadCollective. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week. If you're on your way to work, have a fantastic day. Prioritize your health, prioritize your fitness if you can, and just be there for your kids, be present. That's pretty much it. Yeah, facts, bro.
OTN out.
Facts. OTN out, baby. Peace.